day 8, and I'm back to share what I created for that. I actually made 2 Christmas cards. So those were my winter Christmas projects that I worked on yesterday, and I created the first card using the stamp that I had shown you on day 7. So this is the stamp. I love these little fairies. I used this sentiment, and I wanted to try out this embossing folder that I had not used yet. So those were the 3 things that I selected. Now what came out of that was this card. So this is the card that I made using those elements. And you can see I embossed that on a cardstock in red, and then I just cut around it and placed it in the center of the card. The image, I stamped it with Versamark, and then I embossed it with this turquoise embossing powder. Of course turquoise, I have to use turquoise sometimes. No, but I did to match the cardstock that I had selected. And I wanted to try out coloring inside of an embossed image because I had never done that before, and I wanted to try something different than stamping in a flat memento. So the whole image was embossed first, and then I went in and I colored her. So that's what she looks like. She has some glossy accents in her eyes, but before I put the glossy accents, I added a little touch of gel pen in white to give her some highlight in the eye. And there's little touches of that same, I don't know if you can see that with this lighting here, but there's little touches of that memento, not memento, it's jelly roll. So I colored her with Copics, and the bow, I colored it with Copics first, and then I went over that with this jelly roll in red from Sakura. And then for the little details on the sides, I use the Martha Stewart punch, which I don't know why, but every time I punch one out, it gets stuck. So I have to hit it really hard to take it to be able to push it down again. But I managed to use that for my snowflakes. For the centers of those snowflakes, I used some sequins and then a pearl on top. And that's how I created those snowflakes. And I use the same pearls for the bottom. So that's what the front of it looks like. And then the inside has the sentiment and another snowflake in the same way that I created the ones in the front. Very simple, quite fast, but cute and flat so that it can be mailed. So that was my card number 3 out of the projects that I've been making for the winter and Christmas. Card number 2, I got to play with my new stamp that Janelle just sent me. So I used this Prima doll. Just got it this week, and I couldn't help myself. I had to do something with her. So I decided to use her and this other embossing folder, the one that has the December calendar. And I stamped her out with Memento, but then I colored her with the metallic jelly roll from Sakura. So I used the copper and the dark gold to color her. And this is what she looks like. Can you see? Can you see the glimmer on her? Because she's all colored with metallics. Except for the hair. The hair is in Copics and her skin. But the whole dress is done in the copper and then the matte gold. Not matte, but like a antique gold. And then the Season's Greetings, I stamped it in Versamark and then embossed it. And then I added just a little tiny touch of that poinsettia, which was, I got that last year too. And I'm using them because I don't have too many holiday embellishment, like Christmas embellishments. So I'm trying to make do with what I have. And this is what the embossing looks like on a pearlescent cardstock, which is it was a 5x7 card that I had, and I just used that to emboss it, and then I cut it and put it on top of a Christmas paper. And then on the inside I didn't do anything. I just left it plain with a paper. Super simple, super plain. These are meant for some teachers want some cards to send to the States, and they're on a budget. So I'm trying to make something nice and different, but I don't want to elevate the cost, and I want to keep them flat. So that's what I made for her. But look at what happened after that. Janelle, you're gonna laugh, but Beatriz, you all know Beatriz, my daughter. Some of you, well, those of you who have been following me know that she's like my shadow when I craft. Look at what she made. She saw me doing the embossing, so she wanted to emboss her own background. So she embossed some paper with a damask pattern. And Janelle, she got to the snow text before I did. Look at all she did. Then she used a whole bunch of dewdrops for her snow, and the snowflake wouldn't come out, that punch out wouldn't come out, so she did little swirly snowflake flowers that she created. And look at her coloring. She used 3 different colors of Copics to color her skirt, and then she did some glitter on the top part. Then I drew the hat for her, and she colored it in. And there's so much detail. Look at it. Isn't it fun? So now she wants me to put this on a chipboard so she can put it in her room during Christmas, like the holiday. So I thought it was cute. It's really cute and fresh and different. So I just had to share it. And Janelle, I wanted you to see how she used that snow text before me. She asked me to stamp out. She wanted to use the image, so she asked me if I would start my own card with the image so that she wouldn't do it like before me. So I stamped both of them at the same time. I started creating my card, and then she went up and created this with the leftover paper from my card and a leftover paper from my other card, and she made this. So I think it's super cute and totally different from what I was doing, which I think it's even more interesting, because instead of just following what she's looking at from what I'm doing, she gets the ideas of what I'm doing, and then she makes it her own. So she did her own background that she selected. She picked up the papers from what was left over, but she created her own like twist on it. So anyways, enough babbling about Beatriz and what goes on here. I've selected the 2 things that I'm going to be working on next, and then after that I'm going to take a break from cards, because I just want to do something different. That's the way I am. So I want to use this image that was sent to me by Steph. She stamped it out a while ago, last year. So I selected this one, and I think she's a CC Designs, but I don't have her. So, and then I want to use one of the frames from Michaels that my friends have been sending me. So I'll do something with these 2. I don't know how it'll end up, but I'm going to use those 2. And the next stamp that I want to use is this one, Apple Blossom Skates. I love ice skating. I wish we had winter here. I want to use that, and I want to use this paper stack here. So somehow those are going to be mixed together into a card. So I'll be back to share that with you when that's done. And I just want to thank all of you who are leaving comments. I really, really enjoy seeing them. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So take care, and enjoy your crafting. See you all soon. Bye-bye.